JJ Watt is one of the greatest NFL players of our generation. He was Aaron Donald before Aaron Donald was Aaron Donald. The man won 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards from 2012 to 2014. I know he's older at this point in his career. That is true. But it's not every day a player of this caliber gets released and becomes available on the free agent market, where he no longer cares about money and he simply wants to win. He doesn't want to go to an organization that's going to be rebuilding for 5 years, even 3 years. At that point in his career, he's going to be using a walker, probably. In this video, I'm going to go over a couple scenarios, ones that have been talked about in the media, ones that I think would be really cool, and one I would like to see. Teams being tossed around, one of them is the Steelers. He could go play alongside his brother, TJ Watt, and the rest of that defensive front. It would be incredible to watch. JJ Watt, TJ Watt, Devin Bush, Cameron Hayward, Stephon Tuitt, maybe even Bud Dupree decides to run it back after tearing his ACL. It'll be super interesting to see where he decides to sign. That would be a ferocious front seven. There would be no team capable of blocking every single one of those players, and they'd have to choose someone to double team and someone to leave alone. TJ Watt would be able to exploit to a greater extent having a one-on-one every play than he did last year. But when you take a look at it, who's their quarterback? Is Big Ben, who's another year older, going to be able to lead them to the promised land? Is Dwayne Haskins going to be able to lead them to a Super Bowl? Is JJ Watt going to trust a rookie quarterback? I tend to think not so. If he goes there, I likely see it just because he wants to play alongside his brother TJ Watt, but I don't think the Steelers are his best shot at a Super Bowl. The Browns have also recently been rumored to targeting JJ Watt, and I think this would be a much better fit. It adds more on the offensive side of the ball. Myles Garrett is going to be one of the dominant, if not the most dominant edge rusher over the next 2 years. Imagine JJ Watt in that rotation. They're going to need to replace Olivier Vernon, assuming they don't re-sign him, and who is better than JJ Watt to do that? I think JJ Watt would help the Browns defense take the next step, add a leader to that defense. We all know the man that JJ Watt is, would pair nicely with their offense. We know their offense is capable of scoring points. They did it last year. They played the Chiefs really close, and Baker Mayfield showed that he's capable of playing winning football. The Browns are the Browns, though. Is JJ Watt going to trust their history of losing? I don't know. That's for him to decide. 2 teams I would love JJ Watt to go to are the Packers and the Rams. If he goes to the Packers, it would help that defense, which at times can be extremely soft, have an identity and add a star outside of Jair Alexander, Adrian Amos. Zadarius Smith isn't exactly a star, but he's a very good pass rusher, and he would allow their defensive coordinator help take double teams off other players, allow Kenny Clark, the nose tackle, not to be double teamed as much on run plays, and just help the defense develop and take another step. It would help the 1 seed from last year, the most dominant regular season team in the NFC, the Packers, maybe helps them get over the hump to the Super Bowl. It is important to note that in this scenario, the Packers still have an incredible amount of cap space to get rid of. Now, JJ Watt to the Rams is every NFL team's nightmare, especially NFC teams. People call Aaron Donald the greatest defensive player in NFL history, and if you're adding JJ Watt to that defensive line, even slightly aged JJ Watt, what are you going to do? And if I'm JJ Watt, this is the team I want to go to if I'm looking to succeed. Sean McVay is going to be your head coach. You have Matthew Stafford leading the way at quarterback with 2 excellent receivers in Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. So the offense is going to be scoring points, and they even have Cam Akers, who really started to put up numbers as the year progressed. You'll not get double teamed because Aaron Donald's playing alongside you. There's Jalen Ramsey also on your defense. So this is a team that I think if JJ Watt goes to, they're the favorites to win the NFC and go to the Super Bowl. It is a doomsday scenario for the NFC, and obviously, if any of our viewers who are watching this for a while know me, I would love to see JJ Watt go to the Giants. The Giants are going to hopefully re-sign Leonard Williams, and adding JJ Watt to go alongside him, it adds another leadership figure to that defense. The Giants already have all the interior linemen you can dream of. Their secondary is pretty decent. It's developing. Bradbury, Jabril is really coming along as a player, and it would help their defense maybe take the next step towards being a top 10, top 5 defense, truly dominant next year. That being said, not likely, because I'm not the biggest believer in Daniel Jones, and I'm sure JJ Watt isn't the biggest believer in the Giants offense either. I don't see that happening. Wishful thinking. A man can dream. But let me know where you think JJ Watt's best fit is. Let me know where you think he'll go if you don't think he's going to necessarily go to his best fit. Leave a like, subscribe. We're at 70 subscribers. Maybe one day we'll get to 100. It takes about 2 seconds to just click it, and we will see you in the next one.